BET Presents The Encore. Before the show was even announced, I remember there was a pilot like years ago before BET picked it up that was shot. And I thought to myself when I heard about the lineup, I was like, dang, I'm surprised Felicia and Fallon are doing it because you both, I'm a music head, so I know you are huge. Like, you, I mean, you two are the most relevant, meaning like status wise with in today's music. It's not no hate, it's just what it is. Like, it is. So I was nervous. I was like, dang, they're going to put themselves out there for
Exactly what ultimately what happened. And like I said, reality TV is a whole other world that sometimes like you don't even know what you're getting yourself into, only because you really don't know what you're getting yourself into. um, but at the same time, it Felicia and I, we learned a lot from it because we really recognized that no matter what, we're going to be ourselves, and whatever that looks like is whatever that looks like. At the same time, we really, learned that, there's not everything you can say. There's not everything that you can do because people are different and people are gonna judge you even though they don't know you. Um, and nobody's perfect. Like, and ultimately, you end up judging them, and it is what it is. It's a circle of life. It's what it is. But it caught us completely off guard. Um, we had no idea what to expect coming into it. We had no idea who the girls are. We had no idea what the whole situation was going to be. We didn't know that we had to make a record in 30 days. We didn't know that we had to, be in this, we didn't know that there were vocal coaches and like things that were just kind of happening in the moment that gives you a lot of anxiety. Like, wait,
yeah.
This is coming from right? This is coming from left. What the hell is going on? And then, of course, all of the different ladies having different expectations coming into it. You're gonna clash. Like, even though
It's bound to.
it's bound to happen that you're gonna clash. And honestly, I really went into it like, okay, now that I know what it is, now I got all of the information. Then I gotta fucking be myself, because if I don't, people are gonna see that it's inauthentic. People are gonna see that I'm trying to fake it till I make it, and I'm not. That's just not who I am. If you consider me whatever you want to consider me, that's your opinion. Everybody got one, and I think that what we accomplish on this show is showing our work ethic, is showing that our talent is something that was needed in this house. And it also showed us, it also didn't show what it was supposed to show. And I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I'm okay with that is because, like, okay, it's reality TV. We are allowing these people to come. We're coming into your homes, on your TV, on sitting on your couch, and we're giving you this platform of trying to get to know people you really don't know at all.
Yeah.
And ultimately, people are going to judge that. And we were ready for that. That's something that I've always been ready for. To the extent, not so sure. It's Felicia and I, we have such thick skin that it's just like, okay, we do this, this is a play, keep it moving. It is what it is. So I do think that I don't regret anything, only in the sense that if this happened all over again, I'd probably do the same thing. And
Yeah.
I would be unapologetic about it, just as I am now.
Yeah. And that's one thing I knew you both were not faking it, because when you actually both fought on the show, I was like, okay, no sisters would be fighting each other if it wasn't real. Like
Right?
you were literally fighting. Like, you were not feeling each other at one moment.
Yeah,
Like, that's how I knew. I was like, yo, they're just really passionate. This is their life. Like, this is what they do. Like, this is the point of the show. Like, to make an album or an EP, whatever, do a performance. Like, it makes complete sense. And you all knew how to do all the different steps.
mm-hmm.
Like,
And that's the thing. Like, everybody, like, people be thinking like, oh, you came out here to do reality TV. I'm like, you don't know me. My friends know me, my family. I'm literally the same person in real life. And if people don't like it, that's okay. Everybody don't like everybody. That is fine with me. But I do think that our core fans and the people that really relate to us, they understood. They understood the
yeah.
timing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how I seen it as. Like, I get it. It's television and they want drama and, the editing. I'm sure. I give you all a lot of credit because I know that editing is brutal
Yeah,
and
we just had a lot of work to do. People don't understand. Like when you're under a microscope and you're under stress and you're under pressure, I don't have time to. I don't have time to sugarcoat. Like this is actual. This is work. Like I said, if you were a lawyer, or if you were a doctor, and you have to do a procedure, and you have to do that in 30 minutes instead of 2 hours, you or 6 hours, you're gonna be stressed out, and you're gonna be like, look, the best possible outcome needs to happen, or this patient's gonna die.
yeah,
And for it to be for that analogy, but at the same time, that's how passionate Felicia and I look at our work. It's like, okay, well, if this is going to come out in 30 days, 28 days, really, this is going to come out in that amount of time, it's got to be the right body of work. And I need everybody to kind of have some self-awareness as to how we're going to get this done. And I do want to say that that wasn't so prevalent in some people.
yeah, exactly. But I wanted to ask you, I spoke to Shamari last week, and she told me the best cooks in the house were you and Felicia. She said y'all threw down, y'all cooked like the best. Like, what did y'all cook?
I cook everything. Honestly, Shamari is vegan. So I never really made vegan food while I was in the house. But when I was in the house, she kept buying all this vegan food. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna cook this vegan food like I would cook regular food, you know. And
Uh-huh.
it was delicious. I don't even know how I did it because I was like, damn, this is all right. Like I mean, we made everything from steaks to like I made like linguine and pasta and gnocchi. I made like risotto, chickens,
Ooh.
and like everything, salads. It was really good. That whole scene when we're sitting around the table and like the Do the Record uh, episode, I made all of that food, and I was
Dang.
here and I'm like, this is disrespectful. Thank you. Nope. This and I was like, I didn't slaved around this kitchen. I don't even do this for my ghost of a man. I'm just no, but it was interesting.
Yeah, that's super dope because, like you said, they don't show that. Like, yeah, you're all fighting around the table, but you threw down in the kitchen.
Nothing leading up to it. We was having such a good little sisterhood vibing. We were playing music. We was having a good time. It was great. And nope, you don't see that.
No,
You don't see that.
I want to ask you though, what would be like one or two scenes that you wish would have been shown so far? Because I know we don't know what I think it's one or two episodes left tonight, and I think next week.
Yeah.
Um, but what do you wish that would have been seen? Maybe something important that stood out to you.
Well, one of the scenes is when we were on the studio, we actually split up into groups where we all were like, kind of like made records. So like me, Misha, um, Keely, and Irish. We all made like we all like I was writing with them and I was helping like Irish come up with stuff like to write and Keely was helping and we came up with like this dope hook to record and like we were working together and Felicia was doing the same thing in the other room with Nivea and Pam and like all of them. It was like three different groups that we split up into and that was a moment. It was a moment where it kind of showed like okay everybody's working together. This is sisterhood. Like we're making this happen but obviously, like I said, that's not that only that's the best outcome. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm in the house, whether people can agree with it or not, or think it's true or not. We were not going crazy over each other. We were not freaking out or just arguing all the time. We actually had girl moments. We talked about our girl groups. We talked about, you know, cultural appropriation. We talked about being black women in this industry. We talked about what happened in the past, big major record labels. We had conversations that were conversations. And, you know, like I said, it's great show for what they, you know, want to show. And but you can't cram in 30 days of work into 10 episodes. It's just not possible.
yeah. I really wish it would have been longer. Just like knowing because, like you said, it could have showed drama, but plus the positive as well in each one, just to
Mm-hmm.
give some diversity. Because I mean, but like you said, I get reality TV. I know you kind of all know what you're going to sign up for, unfortunately, and it's a lot of personalities
Yeah,
and one. And these are all part of like different legendary girl groups
yeah,
in different times. Like I remember being a kid and knowing Total. Like that was one
exactly.
of my first single cassettes.
Yeah,
And then, you know, you
They're
were
all,
one of the last groups and buy my CDs, you know?
yeah, all legendary groups, and respected too. And I think that that's kind of what people get lost in the sauce when it comes to me and Felicia. Sorry, the sun is beaming down.
Yeah.
Is that it wasn't about the lack of what they think of lack of a respect. It was about the work ethic coming into this, knowing and being prepared and ready for it. Because everybody knows in the music industry, that's how you got to be who you were in the first place. Is when preparedness meets opportunity. And so it was just kind of a situation where we all just had different ways of expressing what that looked like. Some of the women, which Felicia and I maybe have been ignorant to, were wanting to start over and wanting to become a part of something bigger because they needed to start over. And Felicia and I was coming in like, oh, all of these legends, we coming in to make some music. Let's do this shit, you know? And
Yeah.
we came in. And then when we realized that that's not what it was, that's when, okay, a shift kind of really occurred, you know?
Yeah. It's just so crazy because I'm not going to lie. Bird's Eye View and Skeletons, like, I can't, those need to be on iTunes ASAP. They need to hurry up and put them out.
On it.
Yeah, because I mean, the music, I can't wait to see the performance. I know the final performance. Like, what, how was it though? Like you said, we got to see a lot of the drama. Like you said, we didn't get to see the sisterhood of building these songs, seeing you create the tracks from start to finish. Yeah, it's not all peaches and cream, but there was a lot of good in it too. How
Right.
was it though, creating each song with the ladies?
I mean, I think it was great. I think that a lot of the girls, or a lot of the women, uh, came into this not necessarily knowing anything about me and Felicia, not knowing that we have been in the industry. We never stopped being in the industry.
Yep.
You know, we have all of these different situations that with even with Coast and Elijah and everybody that was there, we didn't even know that they were going to be on the show, and we happened to work with them all the time back here in LA, and it was just a lot of things that every single girl was caught off guard for. So of course, there's going to be some drama,
Yeah.
because nobody knows nothing, and
No.
that's the whole point and the element of surprise. But nobody knew anything, and that all of these personalities came into play, and then there was or work ethic or lack thereof, and then there was situations where you're in these close quarters with women. Let me tell you something. I have not lived with a woman or anybody, and I want to say 8 to 10 years. Okay, it
It's
was
a lot.
dealing with 9 women, let alone and a whole crew of people in and out, in and out, in and out, and all these cameras and all this craziness and coming off of the post-COVID pandemic, coming off of, Felicia being engaged and just like all of these different situations that occur, and you just like, all right, freaking out, you know, let me, let me get my ducks in a row. But it was, like I said, the experience I won't change for the world.
Yeah.
Learned so much. I appreciate so much, from what this has taught me. And
Yeah.
tonight there's another episode. So
Right? Well, yeah, that's the funny thing, though, you just said. A lot of people didn't know. Like, I'm reading comments, and I'm like, y'all don't even know. Like, I knew you and Felicia have worked with Cosign and Elijah. You have worked not just one time. Like, y'all are friends. Y'all are like brothers and sisters. Like, y'all work together, and you may have disagreements. And they didn't, like, everyone between the ladies, as well as, not all the ladies, but some of the ladies, as well as just the public commenting. I'm like, y'all have no idea. If you follow them on social media,
right,
you would know that they're friends. Like, you would see them, I would see you randomly like commenting each other's stuff. Like,
right.
it was like a brother sister vibe. It wasn't like,
That's what it's always been. And like I said, no one else, like, if people don't know you, they're gonna judge you. And that's okay with me. That this is the industry that we signed up for. That's why it's not saying that I'm unbothered, but I understand. And it was a lot of drama, but it was a lot of work that was being done.
yeah.
And there had to be drama because of the work. And unfortunately, y'all saw the drama more than you saw the work. And I apologize for that. But at the same time, it's reality TV. You're watching for specific reasons, and one of those, or probably 75% of that, is drama. And we gave you that, I guess. And I'm sure you're not disappointed.
No, it was all in fun, and it was good to see you all like together because, like, to be honest, the only person I've seen on reality TV because groups didn't do interviews and we didn't get to know you all when you were in groups.
Mm-hmm.
The only ones we knew was Danny Kane from Making the Band reality show, and Shamari did Real Housewives of Atlanta once. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone else, we just knew you all as Cherish. We knew Total is Total, 702 is 702.
Right.
Like we didn't know your personalities or, you know, it's like fun to get to know you all in that way. But we didn't get to know you. It wasn't a thing back at that time. You just did the music, you
Right.
went on tour. Like you said, you did press runs and that's it.
And everybody's not gonna, everybody does not get that. It takes time for people to recognize and understand who you are. It's not going to take one situation like a reality show. It's gonna take time for all of the women on the show as well, because nobody's seen us outside of the music part, and people tend to think that they know you from that, and then when they see something else, they like, oh, you know, this is crazy, and you're just like, but you didn't know me before. You just heard my music and you listen to my music, which is great. But now we're letting you into something special because nobody really puts themselves out there like that. You can be a random person in Utah and nobody's going to know your personality. Nobody's going to know who you are. And then people can assume it however they want, but they don't see it. So the fact that
Mm-hmm.
all of these women, all of us on this show are putting ourselves out there for you to see, that is something special to do. And I commend everybody in reality TV, with the right reality TV, that are trying to speak their truth and people don't understand it. You'll get there and it'll happen. It doesn't happen overnight. It is what it is. Take it.
Yeah.
Don't take it to heart and just be who the hell you want to be and actually are.
Exactly. Well, no, I want to do a quick game. I did this with Shamari too. So it's just ladies of the encore.
Okay.
So just tell me which girl describes. So who was the party girl?
Nivea.
Nivea? Okay. Who was the biggest lush?
Lush?
Yeah.
That's a tie.
That,
I don't know. I wasn't really in people's drinks like that, but I want to say that every time I saw somebody holding a drink, it was Irish. She held the drink a lot. I mean, if she, I don't know what was in it. I don't want to assume, but she held a lot, even more than Keely. They showed Keely a lot holding her alcohol, but even more than Keely, I want to say. So,
okay. Who is going to be your friend after the show?
who is gonna be my friend? Who is
Well,
my?
who is? Oh yeah, who is? I'm sorry. Yeah, because the show was Donna. I'm sorry.
No, it's business and work as well. I get along very well. Me, Felicia, and Keely are really good friends. We talk a lot, probably because we're the three misfits that nobody want to deal with. But at the time, I really with a lot of the girls. Like I talk to Shamari every now and then. She lives in Atlanta, so we don't really see each other like that. I obviously all of the other girls, we all kind of do our own thing. We'll text or say certain things, but I mean, that's it.
Yeah. Who would you say was the biggest workaholic?
For me and Felicia.
You and Felicia? Okay. Dope. Who would you say got jealous the easiest?
Misha.
Misha? Okay. Most friendly?
Nivea.
Nivea? Okay. Who was the biggest snacker in the house?
Biggest snacker. Probably Nivea, I think.
Nivea? Okay. Who lied the most? Because that's the other thing we didn't see.
Who lied the most? I wouldn't necessarily call anybody a liar. I don't know.
No? Okay. Who was the first one up?
The first one up,
Mm-hmm.
like there.
You're like just up like super early, like
Up morning, Pam.
Pam? Okay. Who was the biggest goofball, I guess, would you say?
Nivea. Me and
Nivea?
Nivea.
Okay. You and Nivea? Okay.
Yeah.
Who loved the cameras?
Who loved the cameras? I guess it depends in what way. I don't think any of us liked it. We were annoyed. All of us were annoyed by the cameras.
And then I know a lot of people want to know this one because it was such a big thing. Who was the most manipulative, you think?
Most manipulative. I mean, I would say, if you're coming from a reality standpoint, Aubrey, because
Okay.
what she knows what she's doing, and I wouldn't even say manipulative, I would say calculated.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, that's
Okay. Okay. Dope. Dope. Well, no, my final two questions, because I know you're a busy person.
yeah.
Um, you know, with Blueprint, we're about to see more and more at Blueprint. Do you like if there was a tour or something in the works, would you be down for it? Would you wanna continue with the ladies to make something out of it if it,
Oh,
if it did blow up?
I mean, because the show isn't over, I'm just gonna say stay tuned. Maybe you'll find
Okay.
out because of that.
Okay. 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 I like that. I like that. Yeah, y'all are killing it. Like I can't wait to see tonight and the finale. Like, and I wish there was a reunion, but I heard it's not happening. But
I mean, we don't know.
yeah, wishful thinking on all of us for everyone because I think it needs to be done just because there's so many unanswered
Right,
questions with
right.
Aubrey leaving and then Nivea leaving and I think
A
a
lot
couple
of
more people leave. Yeah,
a lot.
but exactly too much that we don't really know.
Right.
Or like or they need to show a like bonus episode with all
I'm sure that.
on
Oh,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But final question: would you do a season two if it was for
I have no.
Blueprint?
It'll have to be the right. It'll have to be the right terms. It'll have to be the right situation. It'll have to be just some. I don't know. We'll
You
see.
know?
We'll see.
Okay, okay. And then last question: what's coming up for you and Felicia? Well, you solo as well as you and Felicia, as well as Cherish. What's the
Oh,
future hold?
so many things in the works. We're working on a reality show for our family. We're working on a show that me and Felicia are a scripted television show. We're also working on an album. We have a lot of different artists that we're working on. That music is coming out. So this, especially by the end of this year or the rest of this year, it's gonna be a lot of things that we're working on. So just follow us, and if you want to keep up and stay updated, there it is.
No, well, Fallon, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Like, huge fan. It's dope to talk to you. And, just because I know it's craziness, but it's dope just to hear from the person themselves. And like you said, it's reality TV. And I always been a fan of you
Thank
all, like, from day one till still now. Huge fan. But, hopefully get to see you in the future, meet you again in the future.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm sure this will be one of many.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
But, stay safe, stay healthy.
You
And, yeah, and tonight, everyone, the encore.
watch the encore.
Yes. Appreciate you. I appreciate it.
Talk to you soon.
Okay, peace.